Hello friends, I have come to know that you are finding it difficult to solve questions in which three sets are involved. So let us discuss one question in which there are three sets involved. This is a question in a survey. 21 liked A, 26 liked B and 29 liked C. If 14 liked A and B, 12 liked C and A and 14 liked B and C and 8 liked all the three, find how many people are there. So let us solve. You can see here there are three sets A, B and C, and we have been given quite a significant number of data points. Significant information has been provided, and now basically we have to find out how many people are there in all. Basically you have to find out A union B union C. You know that this is the formula for A union B union C. You would recall that in the lectures in which I had discussed the theory part, I had given you this particular formula, but we had not derived it there. There's no need for you to derive it. You should be able to understand the formula and you should be able to remember the formula. A union B union C, simply add up the sets individually, A plus B plus C, then subtract all the possible intersections of two sets, minus A intersection B, minus B intersection C and minus C intersection A. These are the three intersections possible of two sets each, and then you have to add up the overlap of all the three sets, the intersection of all the three sets, A intersection B intersection C. So this is the formula that you have to remember. Right, now let us try and solve this question using this formula, and then we'll have a look at the Venn diagram also. Here A is equal to 21 who like A, simply B is equal to 26, C is equal to 20. Now please understand one more thing. Here A is equal to 21. Please understand, and you are still getting confused. A is different from only A. Here A means A. It does not mean only A. Please remember this. B means B. It does not mean only B. C means C. It does not mean only C. So in this formula that you see here, A, B, C, they mean A and they do not mean only A. B means B and does not mean only B. Likewise C means C and does not mean only C. Right? So you please bear this in your mind. In case you have to find only A or only B or only C, then you will have to do the calculations. Then only you can find out it has not been given here. What am I trying to tell you is A is equal to 21 means there are people who like A and they are 21 in number. But these people may like B also, they may like C also, they may like both of them also. So basically A is people who like A. It is not people who only like A. A केवल A को पसंद करने वाले लोगों का समूह नहीं है. A उन लोगों का समूह है जो A को पसंद करते हैं. वो B या C या दोनों B और C दोनों को पसंद कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ये कंफर्म है कि वो सब A को पसंद करेंगे. तो A is people who like A. So please understand the difference between A and only A. I am telling this again, that here we are nowhere having this data regarding only A. What we have got is A, B and C, which means again B for example is 26, means these people like B but they may or may not like C, A and C as well as A. So we do not have any idea about that particular aspect, whether they like C and A and both C and A. All we know is that they definitely like B, right? Had it been only B would have meant they only like B, they do not like A and they do not like C. That would have been the meaning of only B. But what has been given here is A, B and C, and not only A, only B or only C. Only C, this has not been given. What has been given is A, B or C. Now A intersection B, group of people who like both A and B, we have been given if 14 liked A and B both. So basically A intersection B means those who like both A and B. I told you in earlier lectures also, intersection means and. So A intersection B is those who like both A and B is equal to 14. You can understand now B intersection C is people who like both B and C. The value that has been given is again 14. and C intersection A is again those who like both C and A, or the overlap. The value given is 12. Now one more value has been given. The value is 8, and this is the number of people who like all the three, who like A, B and C. Basically this means this would be the intersection of A, B and C. A intersection B intersection 3 intersection C, number of people who like all the three, A, B and C. The value comes out to be 8. The value has been given as 8. Now that we have all the values which are required in this particular formula, you can calculate A union B union C by putting in these values, and this will be the result that you will arrive at. So this will give you the total number of people as 44. Right? Now let us try and solve this question using the Venn diagrams. So the first step is draw the three overlapping circles, just like we did in the case of two sets. So we'll be drawing the three overlapping circles A, B and C. So this is A, the value is 21, we have written it. The area covered by the whole circle, the value should be equal to 21, because this is denoting people who like A. Now this is B, in the green color you see B, and the value is 26. So the area enclosed by this green circle should have 26 elements, which is the value of B, right? And then we have got C in the red color, and this shows people who like C. Now please have a look at this particular portion. You please keep a tab on where the pointer is hovering. So this portion of A is also liked by B. This portion, have a look at this portion. You keep looking at the pointer. This portion is common in A and B, right? This portion. Since this portion is common in A and B, this would mean that this is denoting those people who are liking A as well as B. Likewise, you have a look at this portion and this portion. This is the overlap of A and C. Well, C is equal to 29 here. So this portion, overlap of the two circles A and C, which means this denotes the number of people who like both A and C. Now have a look at A and C we have discussed A and B. Now let us discuss B and C. So this green circle and the red circle, so you find that the area which is common between B and C is this area. Look at the pointer, this area. This is common between B and C, right? And this is denoting those people who like both B as well as C. Now can you tell me this area, what does this area show? This area shows people. Now how do you find out what this area shows? You simply have to do what you have to find out: in which all circles does this particular area lie. Now have a look here. This area lies in the circle A also. This area, it also lies in the circle B, and this also lies in the circle C. Now this is the intersection of A, B and C. A intersection B intersection C, right? So now this is how you can find out what a particular area is denoting, right? Now okay, let us try and understand which area is this. Now this area, have a look, it is the overlap, this area 1, 2 and 3, this area 1, 2 and 3. Now this area is an overlap of C and B, but it does not include the intersection of C. The overlap of C and B is this full 1 and 2 shown by the red and the green boundaries. But this particular overlap between B and C does not include this portion, which is the intersection of all the three, A, B and C, right? So basically this area is denoting those who like both B and C, but they don't like A, because this area is falling, this area is falling in circle B, in circle C. So they like both B and C, but they don't like A because this area is outside circle A, denoted by the red, denoted by the black color. So this is how you can find out which area of the diagram is representing what, right? So now that we have drawn the three overlapping circles and we have found out what the different areas in this particular diagram denote, now let us understand which value should we put in first. Remember, in two sets we put in the overlap, the A intersection B value first. Here we will be putting in the A intersection B intersection C value first. You will understand that this is the area which is showing A intersection B intersection C, and that is why we have simply taken this value from the diagram that we had, and the value comes out to be 8. Right, now this will help us calculate the value of other portions in the figure, other segments in the figure. Now have a look at this particular area, green and red, green and black. Number 1 black and then green. This is overlap of A and B, right? So the value of this should be A intersection B is equal to 14. Have a look here, if 14 liked A and B. So this is the overlap of A and B. The total value should be 14. However, out of this area, which is a part of this bigger area, the value of this particular area is 8. So the remaining value is going to be 14 minus 8 is equal to 6. A intersection B, which means the full area, minus A intersection B intersection C, which means this area. So now the remaining area comes out to be 6. In this similar fashion, we can find out this particular area. This is nothing but this is C. How can we find this out? Let me go back a little bit. See, this is the intersection of C and A. This whole 1 and 2. This whole area is the intersection of C and A, right? So this value should be equal to A intersection C. A intersection C has been given to us, the value is 12. So this total area should equal 12. However, since we know that the overlap of the three sets, A intersection B intersection C, is equal to 8, and this is part of the bigger area that we have. So, and this bigger area, the value is equal to 14. This portion, the value is 8. So the remaining portion has to be, the bigger part was A intersection C, the value was 12. 12 it has been given, so I wrongly took it as 14, so it is basically 12. So this bigger area that you see, the value is 12. Out of this has already been found out to be 8, so the remaining one has to be 12 minus 8 is equal to 4. In other terms, you can write it like this: A intersection C, which is this area, the bigger one, minus A intersection B intersection C, which is this area. So now you get the value of this area, which is enclosed by the red, green and the black curve. Likewise, can you find out the value of this area enclosed by red, green and black curve? Now please understand, what you have to do is, this is an overlap between B and C. See, this is the overlap between B and C. So this is basically B intersection C. The value has been given as 14, out of which this value is 8. So remaining portion is equal to 14 minus 8 is equal to 6. The same logic we are using, which we had used for this in this particular segment, right? So now we have this value is equal to 6. Now this much we have found out. Now what we can do, now there's nothing much left in this question. You know the full circle, this circle, the value is equal to 21, right? Just let me get back a little. Out of which the three portions, this particular portion has a value of 6, this portion has a value of 8, this portion has a value of 4. So out of this whole circle, these three segments contribute 4 plus 8 plus 6 is equal to 18. So the remaining portion should have a value of 21 minus this portion 18 is equal to 3, and this is what is mentioned here. Likewise, can you find out the value of this portion, this empty portion? And this is what is denoting only B, because the people who are here, have a look at the arrow. The people who are here, they are ones who only like B, they don't like A, they don't like C. So these are the ones who are basically liking only B, right? So what is the value of this particular portion? Only B. This is the value should be equal to 26 minus 6 plus 8 plus 6. So we have got this value 6. Likewise, the whole circle, the value is equal to 29, and if you want to find out the value of this particular segment, this empty space here, you have to do what? 29 minus 4 plus 8 plus 6. This is what has been done here, and now we have got the value. So basically this is only A, because it is not falling in any other circle except in the A circle. This is only B, this is only C, this one is only C. Now have a look. This is the number of those people who like both A because it is falling in the A circle, and like C, but they don't like B because it is outside the B circle, right? So this is basically people who like both A and C, but they don't like B because this is part of both A and C circles, C and A circles, right? This one here is part of both A and B, but it is not part of C. So this is number of people who like both A and B, but they don't like C. This is number of people, can you guess it now, who like both C and B, but they don't like A because it is falling under C also, it is falling within B also, but it is not falling within A. So these are people who like both B and C, but they don't like A, right? So they like both B and C. And now this is one area which is falling under all the three circles A, B and C, and that is why this is the intersection of A, B and C, and this shows the number of people, this denotes the number of people who like all the three, A, B and C. So this is how you can calculate the values of different parts of this figure, and now you can understand what is the, how do we interpret this information that we have obtained. Now that in case you have to find out the total number of people, what you have to do is you simply have to add up all these small segments. There are 7 segments in all. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, 6 and 7. So you have to add them all up, and then you will get A union B union C, 3, 6, 4, 6, 4, 8, 6 and 11. And when you add them all up, the value will be equal to 44. So there are basically 44 people who have been surveyed. Remember that I have not taken up the case in which there is a mention of the complement also, but then can also be asked. So then there would be a simple addition in this question. Supposing, let's say, there are 50 people who have not been surveyed, so they will all fall outside these 3 circles. They have not been surveyed, so they will all fall outside these circles, and then the total number of people would be this 44, which is the value of A union B union C, or the total size of these 3 figures, plus 50 who have not been surveyed, and that is why they would be mentioned somewhere outside these 3 circles. The total value, the total number of people would come out to be 50 plus 44 is equal to 94, but that has not been asked here, but that can always be asked. So in that case also you should remain prepared. So please go through it again and again until unless you understand, and rather than trying to move over to some other topic, you should be able to focus on this particular topic, because this is a relatively easier topic and you can score well also, and you basically now know 2 different methods of solving these kind of questions. So whenever you solve these kind of questions, you can always cross check your answer using the other method, right? So my advice to you is please go through this video again and again, and please start solving some questions. The more questions you solve, the better would it be for you, because just cramming things up is not going to help you out in business mathematics. Thank you very much. We'll soon have a